Hey everybody, today we are going to be unboxing the Rembrandt 24 watercolor metal set. We're also going to be doing some different kind of swatch making. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. So for those of you that are not familiar with Rembrandt watercolors, they are professional grade paint and are very vibrant. I like them a lot because they're fantastic at layering, but you can also mix these together without getting mud due to the purity of the pigments. So as far as unboxing goes, all we really need to do is slide off this piece of paper. You can see a quote underneath on the bottom of the box. And it's kind of like a thicker black box, really nice for shipping and protecting our palette. So now we can see the metal palette inside. It's pretty lightweight, but it seems durable. And on the back side of the palette, we have this little wire hook here. This is for sliding your fingers inside of, so if you're standing up and painting with this palette, it's really easy to hold on to. As we unfold our palette here, you can see that there's plenty of mixing room on both the top and bottom below the actual paint. All of the colors in this set have the highest light-fast ratings, and the majority of the colors are transparent, with only a few being semi-transparent. The pans come wrapped in individual pieces of paper like little presents. Once you unwrap them, you'll be able to see that the color number is printed on the side of the pan. That way, if you need to reorder a color, you'll know exactly which number to get. You'll need to adjust the metal siding around the pans to make sure that the pans are securely in place. The center part of the palette actually lifts out completely, so you can also mix underneath it. Now would be a great time to take your palette over to the sink and give it a good wash with warm water and Dawn dish soap. This kind of takes off that film that's on the palette and prevents your watercolor from beading up underneath. Also included in this metal palette set is a No. 6 round red sable brush. It's really soft and comes to a great point. So for one of the swatch charts that I'm going to be making today, I'm going to go ahead and cut the color labels from the individually wrapped pans. On the front of each of the little pieces of paper includes a lot of information. The light-fast rating, the opacity, and also the number for which color you're using. If you want to, you can leave the extra paper to the left, which includes the pigment name. It's a little bit too bulky for my liking, but I don't need the official color name. I'm happy with just the number. So the next step is going to be to glue down the wrappers onto some watercolor paper. I'm using 140-pound Rembrandt and a neutral pH glue to adhere these down, but really any adhesive will work. So just go ahead and line them up, but make sure that you have enough room underneath to paint down those watercolor swatches. I have a lot of watercolor swatch sheets laying around, so I'm going to go ahead and label mine up at the top. And for now, we're going to put that first swatch sheet off to the side because we're going to make a different one that's a little bit more compact to fit inside of the palette. So all you're going to need to do is trim a piece of watercolor paper to fit inside the lid. And then from there, we're just going to measure kind of roughly the halfway point across the piece of paper. So I always start out by spraying any type of dry watercolor pans with water. This way the water kind of soaks into the paint and it's going to make it a lot easier for the pigment to come up. So be sure to always spray your palettes and then let them sit for about a minute or so before you start painting. I am systematically applying the color from the palette onto each of the swatch sheets. For the one with the wrappers, I'm kind of going with a variety of different value. Whereas for the more compact swatch sheet, I'm just kind of focusing on making a smaller consistent square. This way, when I'm choosing color, I'll be able to see a full range, or I can have a good idea of how vibrant the color will be. After I'm done plugging in the values for the larger sheet, I'm going to go through and make a second pass on the top area. That way I can see the full strength of each of the colors. As you can see, perfect for a limited palette, or if you want a lot of options, you've got them. The color is very vibrant and is jumping right off the page. For the smaller sheet that fits inside the palette, I always like to laminate mine just because I'm a messy painter and I want the sheet to be clean all the time. So laminated, it fits just right in there and I don't have to worry about if I accidentally get it wet.